So my colleagues had me going to adult shops to go buy poppers, only for them to try it out once, because apparently you're supposed to sniff it, right? Only for them to try it out once and then decide, no, this stuff is too much, give me a headache, so you can keep it. Like, ngizoyenzani mina? Hey guys, ngintshele. I mean, I'm even drinking a cup of tea because the tea that I'm about to serve, okay, not exactly tea, because it's my life. So this past festive season was a very interesting festive season for me. I may have divulged some information about myself that I didn't think I'd ever have to divulge, at least at that specific time, this past festive season. But I'm glad I did, because I mean, I started off the new year on a clean start, with a clean slate, rather. Your fave came out of the glass closet. Your fave being me, obviously. Didn't plan for it to happen, but it just did, and I'm very excited that it did, because that means it's gonna be new dynamics now in the household. So let me explain to you basically how this whole thing happened. Towards the end of 2018, around October, my mother had spoken to me about spending New Year's Eve in Brits. Now we have family in Brits, and she had told me that her, my dad, my younger sister, who's 14, are going to be spending New Year's Eve at Brits. So what does uLihle do? Obviously, umathanda izinto wahlanganisa amaplan nabangani bakhe, because I mean, if your parents aren't at home on New Year's Eve, usaphumelani when you can host a soiree, darling? And that's exactly what I planned to do. Little did he know, things will go left, darling. And they went left, but not in a bad way. I decided to speak to a couple of my friends, about 8, 9, 10 of them, can't remember, but I was gonna host a New Year's Eve party basically. Bring and brine. Standard procedure. If you don't want to bring, don't come to the braai. I spoke to the girls, and those who were down for the meetup were like, yeah, definitely, we'd like a change of scene, because usually we used to spend New Year's Eve at one of my friends' house in KwaMashu. Very lit, but I think the girls just wanted a change in scenery. I make the grocery list, everything's been planned. Host with the most vibes. I think about 2 weeks before New Year's Eve, my mom was like, oh no, asayi Brits. Kuplaniwe njalo. Abantu bahlanganisiwe. My friends are down. Imali sifakiwe. We understand ukuthi there's no turning back. This New Year's Eve party needs to happen ekhaya. Now, I definitely have girlfriends, about a couple of girlfriends, 4 to 5 girlfriends that are very close to my heart. But a majority of my friends are very flamboyant, feminine gay men. That's the type of people that I like to hang around, because that's the type of person that I am. When my mother told me that she's no longer going to Brits, I was like, okay, cool. But did you know that I had planned A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Luckily, I'd actually communicated this with her. Basically, I'd actually told her that this is what's going to be happening, and she was down. She was like, yeah, no, cool, you'll have the house to yourself anyway. At that time, when I told her, her plans were still solid, like it was still happening. She was going down to the northwest, and she was gonna have herself a great time, right? And I'm thinking, wow, okay, should I still have this party? Because technically speaking, I haven't come out to my family, and by family I mean my parents, because I mean, so they probably know about me. Dalo. So okay, fine, no, let this thing actually happen. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it now. I get fast forward to get that. Fast forward to get that to the 31st of December. Preparations are basically done. I was at home marinating some meat, just doing some last minute touch-ups, the tweakings. Bafika bangani bami. That's when things were a little bit interesting, because Mina, you know what? I love my friends, and my friends can do whatever they want when they're in my space and at home and with my mom and my dad, because they are my friends at Gcineni, and they should be allowed to express themselves however they want to. It's just that bengalindele ukuthi they would express themselves fully. Hi bo. Hey. Uyawazi ulast number ukuze express. Mayithi ngiyaphuma hayibo. About 8 girls looking like they're going to shoot a Busiso video, giving me vintage crew chic, darling. I was like, okay. I was not ready at all. My friends, lalela, skimpy shorts. I'm talking Do you see those vests that aren't really vests? But now my vest, but go pack. Base, bati eyeliner, bati blush, makeup on fleek. I'm talking contouring, honey. You khuluma ngento serious la. And there's literally 8 of them. Gathi batshelene lapho mina busy with my long sleeve chino pants, wearing my golf tee, because I mean I'm still being that conservative little stray child. So when that happened, there was a little bit of anxiety peaking, but not too much, because in my heart I'm like, this could work in my favor. And nangempela shem. After that day, Jay, I don't even want to go into the nitty-gritties of that day because but after that day, I come back home with 2 of my friends who I was due to drive with to Johannesburg from Durban. This is now the 2nd of January. And then I'm leaving on the 3rd, which is the next day, right? My dad's like, how lihle? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm leaving tomorrow, daddy. And then he's like, how was it like? I'm already so cool, man. Catch up and catch up. On the last day of my visitation, really, dad? Really? I ain't getting a camera lamp before I go to my dad's room, and it's a stiff wabanjan because I had like a bit of a young bottle just chilling there in the bedroom for me. It's just stiff wabanjan just to give me that little bit of confidence because I know the chat that's about to come out. But he obviously went around and around, asked me random questions about my living situation, my work situation, my employment status, and then he dives into the topic of my friends, and he's like, manje abangani bakho ngibabonile izolo, and yeah, your friends are very interesting. And I'm like, yes they are. That point I'm feeling a little bit because I mean I had ama-step out 3 amehlo nje anokufloat nje la esiphongweni, and it's just great vibes. Kumnandi nje kulet, I'm happy, I'm great, I'm confident. Athi ubabonile ukuthi nje abangani bami, they're not conventional men. Right, it's nje akubona labafana labo ngathi abafana abangempela. And I was just like, obviously I'm trying not to be offended, and I'm trying not to, what's the word I'm looking for, I'm trying not to call him out for being problematic and using problematic terms, because I mean the guy is 63. I don't think he can still sway his beliefs. It's been 63 years with those beliefs. So nje angihlali lalele esifike ngako makwenzeke sikuphethe kuqhutshekwe nempilo. You understand again? Yeah. Athi yeah, but I mean abangani bakho ne. And I'm like, yeah, abangani bami. And then he goes, and you, I mean, just because you're friends doesn't mean that you like them as in ufana nabo. And I was like, that's true. Just because we're friends doesn't mean we have that in common. However, we do. I have a kuba khona nje ukuthi like utufana nabo through and through. And I'm just like through and through. Athi nje nangezenzo nange yonke into. And I'm just like, actually, yes. Had I been anywhere else, I would have probably been dressed the way they had been dressed when they came to my place. I don't want to dive into the depths of what we discussed. But ukufike la khona yebo, ubrother man usengibuza ngendaba zokuthi, so how does it work in bed? No, ma'am. No, dear. I did not want to answer that. But that aside, my dad was the most understanding person, because he's the one I spoke to about this. He was the most understanding person about the whole thing. He had lots of questions to ask rather, and you could see ukuthi umuntu ofuna ukufunda, he's trying to understand. Main event of this chat was when he actually asked me for permission to divulge this to my mom, if he's allowed to. For a black staunch Zulu man to be so submissive in that sense, Oti, can I divulge this to your mother? Because yes, my mother is the strict one. She is the disciplinarian. My dad is more chilled, laid back. Only really ever gave me a hiding once. So that Baba can just. But when he extended that or proposed that to me, I was shocked that it was in the format of a proposal, because I don't expect that from a staunch Zulu man. But I know Shem. As I stand here right now, I'm pretty sure that my mom has been told, and it's just been something that's been discussed before. And you see, as you are endlini, there's not going to be like it's going to be like there, like, okay, we know now about you, so hopefully the questions about the wife are going to stop. The questions about a possible girlfriend are going to stop, because now we know the tea. it's such a weight off your shoulder, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I had told myself that I'll never sit down and come out, but I was kind of put in a space where I had to explain, and it was asked, and I gave an answer, an honest answer. And it's going to be very interesting to now interact with my family now that this is out in the open and everybody knows about it. So basically that was my story time, guys. Very excited to be back on YouTube. It's going to be an interesting year. On that note though, it's your boy Leash dipping out with some YouTube love. Mwah!